Okay. Welcome back to Reese Reacts, and today I'm bringing y'all a very special video, and it's actually big news as well. P. Diddy has just been indicted, and they're going to be going over every detail in his case. There's 14 pages in that indictment, and to follow up with that, he has no bail, so his money could not save him. Before we get into it, while you're here, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and comment down below. What do you think his punishment should be? He's been being Mr. Freak with everybody else. Wait till he goes to prison. There's gonna be some guys in there like this.
Stop! Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere! I got you for 3 minutes! 3 minutes of heat time!
Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the video.
Announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways.
And people like P. Diddy and others, they have this misconception that because I have money, I'm above the law. When it doesn't work that way. He's ruined lives more than they probably even could count. And it's so many people that's been touched or hurt by him. It's sick. But let's continue.
As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers.
Wow.
Some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs. And
I knew they was, I don't mean to laugh, y'all, but wait till they start releasing them tapes of who was at the freak-offs. Yeah. Y'all gonna wish y'all had money to pay them people to hide it. We gonna see. So many people gonna get exposed. This is just the beginning.
Often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time.
Days at a time? Days? What kind of freak-offs are those? Like, bro, go home. What kind of freak-off is days long?
Commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Wow.
And that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee.
Wow.
As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that
So he was filming the people at the freak-offs and using it against them so they would say nothing. That's why you can't do deals with the devil. This is why you got to turn your life to Jesus Christ, because he is the way, the truth, and the light. Listen, all y'all are seeing right now is a battle between evil and good. And right now, God is winning. He's exposing all that goes on in the dark and bringing it to light so you can see who these people really are. Let's move on.
Maintain control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies.
So all those people that was working for him, they was actually helping him do this sick stuff? Are they gonna get time too? Or was it one of those things where he was holding one of the little cameras and videos that he had above their heads and be like, look, we got you on video doing this. You work for me now, and you're gonna set up all the events that I want for my freak-offs. This dude is sick.
Including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet.
Wow.
And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
Wow. So, all the evidence they have, and they've had it since March. Anytime you get the FBI involved and they raid your place and they take evidence and it's been this long, they're just building up their case. They're building it up so they can get you. And if y'all didn't know, they win, I think, like 98% of their cases. I mean, maybe even 99. But anytime you're dealing with big boy feds, the FBI, yeah, they putting the hammer down on you. Let's continue.
And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs.
So who do y'all think? It says they took video evidence of the freak-offs. Who y'all think all them tapes? Comment down below some celebrities you think is on there. If you just curious, it doesn't matter, but I feel sorry for the guy that had to watch all of that.
1,000 bottles altogether.
1,000 bottles of lubricant.
Here are some of the items
Come on.
that we
What is wrong
recovered
with you?
during
You
this
sicko?
As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large.
Oh, they got
capacity,
images.
and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well, we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there. Now, I want to be clear about 2 things. First, this office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today,
Why'd they hand that man the key to the city? They knew he was wrong. They knew he was out there doing freak-offs. Just look how he was talking. Y'all seen that 50 Cent? Y'all seen how he was talking to 50 Cent one time? Yeah. Just look how he was talking. That man, something was wrong with him. Y'all knew he was a freak. Come on.
he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call 1-877-4HSI-TIP. I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them. I also want to thank the dedicated case agents on the HSI Trafficking in Person Squad in New York. They have been with us since day one and have worked tirelessly on this investigation. They will continue to be invaluable partners to us. I also want to thank the incredible agents and analysts from SCNY who have also provided tremendous assistance on this case. I'm deeply grateful for their continued work. And finally, I want
to... federal case against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. After pleading not guilty following his arrest in New York, a judge rules no bond. Diddy is charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Lauren.
All right, y'all, this is another announcement, and this is CBS News Miami. They're also doing their own little take on it, so we're going to watch this one as well.
Pastrana Naja is on assignment. Many details are stunning and maybe disturbing for some viewers to hear. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister is live in Miami Beach with more on this explosive case. Anna?
Go ahead, Anna. Tell us.
Lauren, Jim, Diddy won't be here at his Star Island home or any of his properties for quite some time. According to investigators,
hopefully
they
forever.
found a wealth of evidence here in Miami and in his LA homes back during those raids in March. And according to prosecutors, they say that Diddy coerced his victims to fulfill his sexual desires and to protect his reputation. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs now facing several serious federal charges.
Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
The 3-count indictment comes after numerous lawsuits accusing Diddy of sexual assault and battery, and months after the surveillance video from 2016 was released of him beating his former girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a Los Angeles hotel.
Look at him.
In March,
Just
federal
sick.
agents raided both Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles homes, and prosecutors say they found evidence of freak-off sex parties where victims were allegedly forced to participate.
They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine.
Wow.
They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
The indictment goes on to state that investigators seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Diddy's lawyers say he is innocent and argue that he should be released on bail ahead of trial. Right now, Diddy is the only defendant listed in the indictment.
I would not be surprised that if this case is ultimately resolved through a negotiated plea, while he's charged in a conspiracy. It's interesting that there are no co-conspirators that were named in this indictment, which leads me to believe that there are a lot of cooperating witnesses.
If the case goes to trial and Diddy is found guilty, he could spend a minimum of 15 years to a maximum sentence of life in prison.
A year ago,
Give him life.
Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York.
And Diddy's lawyers say that their client is innocent, and again, he is being held without bond. But for now, reporting live from Star Island in Miami Beach, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Appreciate it, Anna. Okay, y'all. So, y'all heard it there. P. Diddy is facing up to 15 years or possibly even life. It's very, very serious out here, everybody. This is why you have to stay prayed up and you have to have good discernment. Even on where you're going, you have to watch what you're drinking, who you're hanging around, because you never know. You have to be careful out there. And if you're out there and something has happened to you, I pray that you find help and you seek the Lord. He's the only one that can fulfill that thing that you're missing or that's been taken from you. You know? So that's all I have here, guys. If you stay to the end, I really appreciate it. If you like this type of content, I'm pretty sure we won't have that much content like this, but like the video, comment, and subscribe. All glory be to God here, and I will see you guys next time.